Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Your name's Bryony, my name's Tracy, and then you say
Okay. Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Bryony.
and I'm Tracy. We always, yeah.
So today, join us. We're cooking our beautiful wings today, which we'll talk about in a second. But if you're watching live, please thumbs up, wave, say hi, comment, anything like that, so we know that you're there.
Share with friends,
Share,
even.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Share the love. Share the fried rice recipe. Very, very
Okay,
good.
so do you want to talk about what we're
right.
cooking today, Tracy, so I can
Certainly can,
get
Bri.
underway?
Thank you. So we're doing a Chinese fried rice. This is a sort of combination between Bryony's fried rice and the cameraman's fried rice. So it's not a classic Chinese fried rice, but it's one of those ones that goes down very, very well at home with everyone, isn't
Absolutely.
it? And we're going to serve that with some crispy chicken wings, which we've got in the oven at the moment, and we'll show you exactly how to make them, and we'll show you exactly what they look like when they come out of the oven. So we're going to start off with the fried rice as the chicken wings are finishing off their cooking, and we're going to start. Well, Bryony's going to start by cooking an omelette, and I'm chopping up
That's
some
right. So I've
bacon.
got some of our beautiful charcoal springs pastured eggs. You can see that lovely yellow.
Wait
And I'm
till you see
seasoning
the
it with
omelette.
tamari. So Asian cooking, we're seasoning with, you can use soy, but we thought we'd go gluten-free. And what were you saying about the tamari, Tracy?
Well, I think that the tamari's got much more of a rounded sort of flavour to it. It's not quite as harsh and salty as soy sauce can be, depending on which soy sauce you've got. But I really like the tamari sort of, it gives a beautiful colour as well, doesn't it, when you're cooking? So you'll see once we put the tamari in how the rice
because
changes
sometimes
as
when
well.
I'm using soy, I like to put dark soy in at the end.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Using that, may not need it as much. So I'm just heating up my wok, and I can see it's just starting to get nice and hot. You can use any sort of vegetable oil, peanut oil, something like that, but we make up our own little special combo of sesame oil and peanut oil. It's about double the peanut oil to sesame oil.
So that makes it a cocktail, doesn't it?
Cocktail, oil cocktail. So it's smoking here, and Tracy's getting the fan on, but I'm not going to set anything alight. I am going
How do you know?
going to just swirl around the oil. I'll put it under the camera so you can see that there. And
look at the
see, it's
stuff.
nice and smoking, which is actually what we want. I'm going to put half the egg in. So I've whisked up the soy, or the faux soy, and swirl it around. I'm going under the camera. So it's in like a thin layer, and everything in the middle goes out to the edge and then back onto the heat. Okay, I love that yellow from those
It is
beautiful
stunning, isn't it? And look
eggs.
at that omelette. That could win prizes.
Good.
Look, it's got like ripples.
swirled.
A ripple omelette.
And yeah, so just swirl it around. You want a really hot pan so that you can get a nice thin layer and it cooks quickly. We don't have to wait for it to cook all the way through. What I want is a brown bottom. Because I'm going to roll it up and it will continue to cook whilst it's resting, and it will also go back in at the end anyway once we've cut it into ribbons.
I quite like an omelette that's a bit sort of
You like a slightly
runny bit in the middle.
So just rolling it up, and I'm going to slide it out onto my board and repeat. That. Pick it up, swirl it around. If you didn't have enough oil in there, then you can, oh, that's much bigger omelette, that one. Then you can re-oil. So you can see that one. Obviously my halves weren't very accurate. That's all right. It's all being
Two-thirds.
rolled up.
One
That's
third,
it.
2/3.
So I'll let that go for a little
But
bit.
you can also,
Yeah.
can I?
What's that?
If I do this and allow the runny bit to run back out like that, and then it'll cook even quicker.
Aha.
So you can just go like that and see all the runny bits, and you can
Can I
swirl
roll
it.
up?
Yeah.
There you go. Swirl that round. Okay, so what are you doing there?
So I'm chopping up the vegetables. Very important part of this. Any Asian cooking, it seems to me as if it's all prep for ages.
Yeah, and then have everything ready to go.
Yep. So it makes for a very, very quick evening meal as far as I'm concerned, because I quite like doing a little bit of pre-prep. if you can, if you know that this is going to happen at night and you're home a bit late or whatever, if you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the morning just to get some veggies chopped up, then it's very, very fast to whip this up onto the table. One of our tips from last week's Q&A was to have a blackboard in the kitchen and put up on the blackboard. This is wishful thinking as well for those of you with families. You might laugh your head off at this. But yeah, have a blackboard in the kitchen with what you're going to be cooking for the night, and just put some pre-prep for the week, and just put some pre-prep down there so that the wonderful other family members who come home earlier than you or whatever, or are home during the day, can then do some pre-prep like this. And when you come home, it's very easy to pop it all in the wok and give it a quick fry up. That's living in a utopian world. We'll probably get some laughing faces on there. That suggestion.
So
but it's worth a go, isn't it?
I finished off that second omelette. I have heated up the wok again, and I've got bacon in there. We're using our homemade bacon, so it might look a little bit different. And it actually does take a little bit longer to sort of crisp up. But it's not full of all those nitrites.
Yeah. Full of all the loveliness.
Yeah, so then we're going to add all the veggies. So we've chosen carrots, spring onion and capsicum. You can use whatever veggies you've got, and that's exactly what I do.
Onions are good if you can use like brown onions or red onions or
bacon on my hands.
As Bri said, the easiest is a spring onion because you don't have to.
Yeah, so that's why we went with spring onions, because it's quick and they're a lot quicker to cook. And
you can use the green part of spring onions in other dishes in place of chives. It's the white part that's a very oniony part, and the green part is just a nice sort of mild onion flavour. I prefer the green part to the white part myself.
So everything's diced small, so it's going to be a quick cook, and we've cooked the rice already.
Just before we go away from the dicing, because that's a very good point, you can see that I actually cut the carrots up into sort of, it's like a baton, isn't it? Like a little French baton. But I've cut that up into pieces, much easier to handle than a whole tomato, I was going to say, a whole carrot. And you can see that I cut them lengthways first, turn them round, and then using a claw grip, we just cut them across like this. I was on the radio the other day on ABC 720, and they were talking about what skills should you leave home with. And one very sensible lady emailed in and said that she taught her children to dice before they left home. Now, if you teach your kids how to dice, that speeds up. It speeds up your prep really quite a lot. I'm doing it quite nice and slowly at the moment because Bri's cooking and I'm just playing around dicing. But I thought that was a very sensible idea to teach young people to use their knives and to dice everything up. So
we were saying in the kitchen conversations last week how knowing how to chop things would help your food preparation and make cooking dinner a lot easier because you're confident and can prep quickly.
We can give millions of bits of advice, but if you can't do the basics quickly, then it's still going to take you quite a long time.
So on the Cooks Collective, we have the essential knife skills. So we just had our last class for the year in the kitchen, but you can join the Cooks Collective and do a knife
skills in your own home.
Yes.
Yeah.
That can go straight into. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. So the other thing that over the years I've learnt to do is if you've got prep, everything.
Yeah.
And if you've got prep, then pop it onto a tray like this. So buy yourself a small tray. It doesn't have to be black. It can be a pretty one. Melamine tray or something that's easy to store in the fridge. And then you cover the whole lot with Glad wrap, and then you've got it all ready for your stir fry. But when my husband, the cameraman Anthony, when I met him and he had his well-seasoned wok, because we had to mention that, didn't we?
We've heard the story.
Yeah, I'm not telling you the story again. Gosh, I'd hate you to fall asleep. When he used to do this, I used to wash up, right? So Anthony washes up mostly now in the kitchen because I mostly cook, and that's our deal that we've got. But when we were younger and he used to cook me fried rice in his well-seasoned wok, I used to have to wash up like 20 bowls. I'm not exaggerating. At least 20
A bowl
bowls.
for everything.
Because he put every single little thing in a bowl so that he could just chuck it in. But a tray, whoosh, 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 in
Yeah.
it goes.
And
I sound like Jamie Oliver.
stir fry, put it in the order of what it's going into the pan on the tray, so
That's
you
the
don't
next level up.
so you don't have to look at the recipe and go, what am I doing next? So we're just softening
Yeah,
these
right,
vegetables.
yeah.
It's up to you how you want your veggies done. And with these, this is a chan, so you scoop underneath and sort of flip it
yeah.
over.
It just makes all the difference if you use a chan like that with a slightly rounded edge rather than using something with a flat edge, like a fish slice, because otherwise you're not going to actually get right down to the bottom of the wok, because it's like this, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Silly. But so that's a really good thing.
All right,
I'm bringing
so
this board
can,
back again.
can we talk about the rice now?
Absolutely.
So I'm just
absolutely.
about
I'm
ready
just gonna
for it.
check in here
So we're going to add
because
the,
they're ready.
oh yeah, I'm going to take those out. Add the
I'm not gonna
rice
show you yet, though.
and some
show you
soy or tamari to this. So we've pre-cooked basmati rice. We love the, I thought you said you weren't going to show them.
I know, wish you didn't ask me, so I did.
Oh, stir frying, can't hear. So
Set them
the
aside for a minute.
basmati rice, I'm going to bring it up over here so we can have a look at that. And so we've done the absorption method on our beautiful favourite seller basmati rice. You can get it from the Asian supermarket. I'm going to pop that in.
Now,
and
some people might be going, what? Indian basmati rice?
what? I know. I can hear them going.
Well, yeah, I can hear them out there. So shall I explain
Yeah,
why we
go
use
on.
that, or do you want to do the jasmine rice as opposed to the...
Go for it, Tracy.
Oh, thanks, Brian. we use basmati because look how beautifully it cooks and it doesn't fall apart. One of the things that we get asked often in the kitchen when we're teaching is, how do I cook rice successfully? And 9.5 times out of 10, when we ask people what rice they cook with, they say jasmine. Now, jasmine is very high in starch. It falls apart really easily. I think even on the packets it says like cook for 20 minutes, which is ridiculous. 12 minutes and your jasmine's done. But it's very high GI, and so therefore, is that hot already?
I'm getting it in there.
Therefore, it'll fill you up, and then 2 minutes later you'll be hungry again. So we use the basmati rice. This is a Sela basmati, so it's actually parboiled. You can get it at Asian supermarkets and Indian supermarkets. S-E-L-A, Sela basmati. If you've been to the classes, you'll probably know this already. And we just find it's fantastic for all sorts of... that's the long grain white rice I use. I don't have anything else in my cupboard for long grain white rice. So Bryce is finishing that off. I'm going to quickly show you how to do these wings so we can pull all of this together. So we've got some lovely free-range chicken wings, and I'm just going to score the chicken wings across like this on both sides. Now what that does is you can see it cuts right the way through into the flesh of the chicken, and that's so the two things: the fat can get out of the fat can come out of the skin, and also the flavour can go into the chicken as well. So it's a double whammy, this one. So don't forget to do this because it really does make a huge difference. So once we've done that, I'm going to just quickly wipe my hands. Add some Chinese 5-spice onto that, and this is a beautiful mixture of star anise, so like aniseed, licorice, fennel seed, same, cassia bark, which is very much like cinnamon but a bit sweeter, black pepper and cloves. It's the most awesome spice mix. So we like the Herbies 5-spice mix, which is really lovely. I'm going to live on the edge and not actually measure it out. On the recipe, on the website, it's measured out. It'll tell you what measurements you need, but for this I'm not going to. And on goes some salt as well. Try and sort of crush it up, because with this salt it'll just fall off with the lovely flakes, Murray River, which we love. And just sort of massage that into the chicken wings, and then so that we've got all of that spice used up, and then we're going to put some rice flour.
So we made it gluten-free, hence using the tamari, so it's gluten-free. You can use plain flour, you can use regular soy, but we thought we'd do the whole thing gluten-free.
And we're getting the Christmas theme
Yeah,
happening
lovely.
here.
It's snowing. All right.
So I'm going to just quickly show
Pop the
people
wings
these.
on.
Pop the wings on here.
And you could do this with legs. Obviously, they're just going to take a bit longer, so not such a quick cook, but you can see how quick the rice took to cook if you've pre-cooked the actual rice. So I'd suggest doing that the night before. Doing that the night before so that you can dry it out overnight and have a super quick meal the next day.
These are going to go in the
Oven.
yeah, nearly said fridge, in the oven, and they'll cook for about 30 to 40 minutes depending on your oven. We've got quite a high temperature on there, so sorry, facing the wrong way, aren't I? That was a bit tricky.
Turn around.
So I'm just going to put the
So we've got it on
30 minutes on
210. So 30,
Make
40
sure it's
minutes. I'm just holding this. I'm just testing the soy if I want to add more or not. So the salt.
So all I'm going to suggest we do is we put the chicken wings, just pile it up on there, because we don't have a plate today, and that's probably how I'd serve it at home anyway.
And we're going to, which is really good if you
Oh, we're going to toss those, won't we?
kids toss them.
I really think so.
Kids that like it a bit sweet. Some of the vegetables are quite sweet as well, so you might want more salt.
Can we put that in there, or you want to put it on there? That's okay.
Oh, that's on
whichever
the
way.
wings.
We were going to just toss the wings in that.
in the ketchup
They're
menace.
beautifully crispy. Look at that. I don't know whether you can hear, but I can hear that they're crispy. Absolutely gorgeous. So the only thing is you're going to probably have to eat the chicken wings with your fingers and the fried rice with a spoon or a fork.
A
And
shovel.
I, shovel.
Um,
And I just think a little bit of
yeah,
just a touch.
awesome.
And you like it in the fried rice as well.
But that's
We
right.
just give this.
And if you've got, well, what I would put in would be chili oil. In that,
chow
not
chili
for
oil?
not for the kids, and they might like sweet chili sauce. So there's all sorts of different sauces you can pop on there to make it family friendly for everybody.
Gets all that
Oh,
lovely.
yummo!
Absolutely delish.
That's it. Cool.
So there we go. Shall I pop this on here?
Yeah, sure.
And we have fabulous Chinese fried. Oh, the chan's gone.
The
Chinese
chan.
fried rice.
Yeah.
It's just like, there you go. I'll just. That's
Okay.
pretty. Beautiful Chinese 5-spice crispy wings
They are
with
crispy.
our fried rice.
Fried rice.
Absolutely
So any
delicious.
veggies that you want, you can just throw in there. You know what we didn't put in at the end? The peas that I measured out that are in the fridge. So there you
Peas
go.
are really good.
Peas are
addition.
great.
We're going to have a
I think
peeless
peas
one.
are a necessity in fried rice.
Sweet. I know. I really like them as well. But that's okay. We can add them afterwards. What you can do is just give them a quick
Zap and then
tap and in the
toss them
microwave or boiling water over the top of
yeah,
them.
pour boiling water over them.
and
That's
in
what we're
they'll
gonna do,
go.
add
So
them.
we'll toss our peas in.
That's right.
Yes.
So yeah, if you've got any comments or anything, pop them in the box below, and we'd love for you to try this one at home. It's pretty
It's really good. Otherwise, you can just put your chicken through the fried rice, can't you?
Yeah.
Roast chicken and chuck your chicken through the fried rice. So the other thing that we quickly want to mention is that we have a demonstration class coming up about Christmas, because we really want people to know that we've got some lovely ideas for Christmas, and I'll put the link in the comments below, and you can come along and Bryony and I will cook for you, and we've got a beautiful millefeuille French pastry
Yeah, it is
dessert
good.
with sweet chestnut in it. We've got we're going to do a rolled turkey breast with a chestnut and pork, chestnut fed pork sausage stuffing, and accompaniments, and some beautiful chestnut fed pork on some little toasts. I thought we'd do it like a Texan one, so you can eat it like that. Anyway, beautiful class coming up on the 6th and 7th of December. We have a dinner, a demonstration dinner on the 6th, and a demonstration lunch on the 7th. So if you'd like to join us, hop online and book yourself a seat around
yeah,
our
there's
long
not many
table in the
spots
kitchen.
left for the lunch, but why not bring your
Oh, bring a
friends
friend and a
or
glass-
partner
bottle
or
of
something
wine.
to the dinner and
Date
come and have
night.
come and have a night out with us, and we'll cook, and you can relax and hopefully learn something along the way.
It'll be fantastic. So thank you so much for watching, and we're going to be seeing you next week, and we're going to be doing
We're doing a midweek bread, which is, you think, oh my God, you can't do bread in the middle of the week with the yeast, but we've got a bit of a tip there. We're doing like tortillas and a hummus, and there'll be some other ideas to go with
We're
that.
sort of thinking drinks with friends coming up to Christmas, really, I think, with that one. But yeah, we can certainly tell you how to make that into a full meal. So we're pimping up the
something the
hummus.
kids will love too.
Pimping up the hummus and making the easiest tortillas. No preservatives. Feed your family well, won't you? We'll see you next week.
Bye.